The first step to using Land School with your Chromebooks is to create a CSV file that contains a list of all of your students in each of your class periods. You'll need a different CSV file for each period. The district has created a script that will help us do that a little bit faster. To access that script, you'll go to the Nebo homepage, then you'll go to the Employees drop-down, go to Nebo Data Apps. You'll use your regular teacher login to log into Nebo Data Apps. From here, you'll go up to Nebo Data Apps in the upper left-hand corner, and you will go down to School Information and mouse over to Land School CSV. And then from here, you should have a drop-down that lists each of your classes. Now, I'm not sure how these are numbered just yet. This is a brand new script that was just written. I teach 1st through 6th period, but as you can see, they're numbered 2 through 7. So I've let them know that there may be an issue with the numbering, so hopefully that will be fixed in the future. So you will choose one of those from the drop down. I'll choose the first one here, and then you'll click on Create CSV, and then that will show up along the bottom, and it will be a file that will open in Excel. Now they've created this so that it's a file that can be used with other things in the district, so it has a little bit more information than we need right now. We do not need the first name or the last name, and we don't need the information across the top. So we're going to delete a couple of rows of information. So I'm going to take my mouse and I'm going to click on the letter A here and drag over to the letter B to highlight both of those. And then I'm going to come up and click on the delete button up in my cells group. That takes out those two columns. I also don't need the title row across the top, so I'm going to click on the number 1 out at the side, and then I'll go back over and hit delete. And then for those of you who know how to right click, you can delete those in other ways as well. Now that I just have my list of student names, I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Save As. Now, for this to work, these do need to be saved on your C drive. So we're going to save this on our desktop. So I'm going to click on Desktop here. But on my desktop, I want to create a folder for these. So I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm just going to call it Land School. And then I'll double click on that folder. And then we're going to change the name of our file so that I know which class period this is, which this is my first period. So I'm just going to name this first period. And then leave the file type as CSV. And then I'll click on Save. It is going to give us a warning about using a CSV file, that not all the features of Excel will be there. We're going to say yes, we want to keep that format. And then I'm going to click on Close. And then it's going to always ask us if we want to save it again. I don't know why it does this, even though we just saved it. Go ahead and click on Save, and then just double check, that we definitely have it in our desktop in Land School. First period, you'll hit Save again. It'll tell you that it already exists. You want to replace it, just say yes. And it'll give you that warning again, and say yes. Okay. So we have that CSV file created, and you'll need to do that for each of your class periods. This is the most difficult part, just getting these set up. Now, if you have students add or drop your course, you will need to go back into that CSV file. So let's say I have a new student add. I'm going to go to my desktop. Here's my Land School folder. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to go into first period, and let's say this student's no longer there. I'm going to highlight this row, and I'm going to delete that student, and let's say I have a new student join. I'm going to put in my new .stu, down here at the bottom. So I think that will be easier than going in and rerunning a whole new script anytime you have a student add or drop. I think you can add one and drop another just manually from here on out. If you want to rerun the whole script, you're welcome to. And then once I have that, I would hit save and run my updates. Alright, once I have my CSV file, I'll be ready to go on to the next step.